Giving me an up-close and personal view. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the JoAnne Powell Show. I am JoAnne. We're coming to you from the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM Hollywood. Well, it's back to the drawing board with the president and Republicans when it comes to health care reform. They are going back to try and figure out what they want to do to help the healthcare system in this country, making good on their promise to replace and repeal Obamacare. Their last attempt failed to get enough support to push that through, so they're trying again to come up with a plan that was possibly going to do a better job this time. Well, I have a guest that's going to actually has some tips for the anyone on Capitol Hill who might want to listen, the president or otherwise. We have Minda Wilson. She is a healthcare reform advocate. You also are an attorney. You've been working in the healthcare system for several years, and you also are the author of the book Urgent Care: 10 Cures for America's Ailing Healthcare System. We have your book right here, so people want to go out and take a look at that. Yeah. Anyway, so Minda, let's talk a little bit about. There's one aspect that they're talking about with this new plan. I mean, it's basically hours into the process. But one thing that the previous plan and that the Affordable Care Act has is, you know, it covers people that have pre-existing conditions. Now, under this new plan, the talk at this point, they're looking at possibly charging those who have pre-existing conditions a little extra money on their insurance. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, the Affordable Care Act in the past gave the same coverage to people with pre-existing conditions as it did to all people. Mm-hmm. But the truth is that everyone paid for that. Mm-hmm. So we were all charged as if everyone had pre-existing conditions. So it raised the cost of health care across the board.
So basically, because I think most people understand that the people who are healthy will I guess foot the burden for those that are ill, because you need a healthcare system that has healthy people in it as well as those that are very ill.
Well, it's the interesting thing about this is that people with pre-existing conditions always had access to health care. It actually started in the 1980s when the AIDS epidemic hit America. Mm-hmm. Every state had a high-risk pool that people could join. They could get insurance coverage as part of the high-risk pool. The problem was that it wasn't free. But the problem with the Affordable Care Act is for people with illnesses, it's not free for them either. They still have to buy policies no matter what the subsidies are, and they still have to pay for the cost of care even if they do get a subsidized policy. With returning to the old ways just means that they would reestablish the high-risk pools. People would have to pay money for their insurance, and it would go on like it was before. In the past, though, high-risk people were subsidized. What they did was they said, in order to sell insurance in New York or California or Florida or whatever state you were considering, they made the insurance companies offer policies at the same price as they would offer to an average healthy person of the same age. And in order to qualify to be in the high-risk pool, you had to get a letter that said you were rejected from an insurance company. So it's a little misleading to think that people couldn't get coverage before. The real problem as it is now is about affordability.
Now, one thing with your book, you've mentioned you have 10 cures. I
Yeah.
mean, what are some of the things that you think would be of benefit? I mean, well, let's go back for a second. You have just recently on Capitol Hill, the Republicans kind of came out with their plan. It didn't get enough support within their party. What are your thoughts about that and the proposal that they had, their bill?
For me, the most important thing is for both parties to look at affordability. Neither party has done a very good job of that. The Democrats have not done a good job of addressing affordability because on the government side, it means the taxpayers have to bear a huge financial burden. On the Republican side, pushing the cost back onto consumers and businesses means that the businesses are going to bear a huge financial burden that they can't afford. So what's going to happen is ultimately nobody's going to end up with health care because it's not affordable. The average plan for a family now is over $20,000 a year. And on top of that, they have a deductible that's $10,000. So how many people have $30,000 of disposable income that you can use to buy a plan with? I just don't know that many.
And one thing that we had talked about a little bit before was the CDC study on where those dollars are actually going with your insurance money. That was pretty infuriating in a way, when you think about it.
Well, people should be angry. The CDC did a study of all the people between the ages of 18 and 64 using all the census data to see where the money that insurance companies got in actually went. And what they found out was that less than 10% of it actually gets paid for health care costs. That's the doctors and the hospitals. 90% of that money gets paid for administration, which is the insurance company's right to say no.
Right.
So if you're looking at that and you're seeing only $2,000 of your $20,000 policy going to a doctor or a hospital, maybe you should be thinking, that's an awful lot of money going to the insurance company to review whether or not the doctor should be paid or the hospital should be paid. And there could be a lot done to reduce the amount that insurance companies get so that it is more affordable and the costs that they pay for now do get covered.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but we want to continue our conversation with Mindy Wilson on what we can do to fix our healthcare system in America. You're watching the JoAnne Powell Show. We'll be right back.
If you are an adult that began college and has not finished your college degree, let me put it to you straight. If your lifestyle and your standard of living is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to us, Oakwood University Elite Program. We are the fast, flexible adult degree completion program for the busy adult, like you.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098. It's time to leap.
For years, people have trusted McKay's Family Mortuary. We're part of your community and we'll take care of the details. We offer a variety of memorial services, including sea scattering and cremation. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the average funeral cost is over $9,000. We have complete funeral chapel service starting at only $31.25, casket included. Direct cremation starting at only $9.95. Visit one of our 5 locations and meet our caring and diverse staff. McKay Family Mortuary. Let us be the shoulder to lean on.
Thanks to Oakwood University and the LEAP program, I have now a college degree. So to the Spanish-speaking members of this community who feel that the LEAP program is something you should consider, I would say, ánimo a la universidad. Considere el programa LEAP de Oakwood University.
Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
Seize the day scuba for your best scuba experience above and below the sea. You'll find friendly staff, experienced PADI certified instructors, and state-of-the-art scuba equipment and gear. Join our dive club and we'll help you plan memorable scuba excursions. Immerse yourself. Seize the day scuba, serving Southern California. Call 949-220-0500 to create your scuba experience.
When I first started into the program, yes, I had doubts. I was really impressed with Oakwood University, with the faculty and the staff and the student body. It was a really good experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who was thinking about going back and finishing their degree.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.